barely afford a weekend.
Contributing factor to many of
how you die. That's like going in water. I can't see the bottom. Like we slide into their depths. Like I'm.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Red Door Podcast. We are going to deep dive into the most fascinating mysteries, places around us. I'm your host Howard,
and I am Mama V.
And today we're exploring one of Georgia's most iconic and eerie locations, Lake Lanier. Whether you visited the lake, heard the stories, or you're just curious about the vast body of water, this episode is packed with history, mystery, and intrigue.
Oh, Howard, I am super excited to talk about Lake Lanier, which was created in 1950 by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, has long been a place of recreation. But behind its serene waters lies a darker, complex history, from its submerged towns to the unexplained incidents that have occurred over the years. Lake Lanier has earned a reputation that's hard to ignore, been a place of recreation, but behind its serene waters lies a darker, complex history. From submerged towns to unexplained incidents that have occurred over the years, Lake Lanier has earned a reputation that's hard to ignore. Oscarville was formed in the 1800s during the post war Reconstruction. It was an agricultural community for most of its history and has been reported to be prosperous. Though all the residents of Oscarville were black, large number, and many of the residents have achieved higher economic growth other than black communities in that time. Many of Oscarville black residents have been freed from slavery after fighting in the American Civil War in 1911. Oscarville has approximately 1,100 residents, 58 of whom own land, 109 residents rented farms, and many more worked as craftsmanship in nearby towns such as Cummings, Georgia.
In 1912, mobs of white people drove the black community out of Oscarville. In the aftermath of those brutal killings during September and October 1912, mobs of white people set fire to the local black churches, black owned businesses. They forced all the black people, residents out the country, which is what we have all come to know as Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier was named after Sidney Lanier, a poet and Confederate soldier during the Civil War. It's less than 50 miles north of Georgia's Stone Mountain, which features the country's largest Confederate monument.
Oh, and I think it's still there.
I'm pretty sure it's still there.
We'll have to look that up to see if that's still there. Let's talk about some of the victims that have happened and some of the incidents that have happened at Lake Lanier. And we're going to start with Christmas Day, which has been a tragedy in 1964. It's known as the deadliest day at Lake Lanier, when a driver lost control of the car while crossing a bridge. The car flipped into the lake where 5 children and 2 adults drowned.
On Christmas Day.
Ugh. That's something.
Pretty sad.
Every year, Christmas Day, you're thinking of, wow, my brother, my sister, my nephews, my nieces died that day. Yeah. Like, you can never celebrate Christmas again, like in a normal way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 2012, the 11-year-old son of Tamika Foster, Usher's ex-wife, died at the Lake Lanier, was struck by a jet ski when he was in her inner tube. He was declared brain dead, but kept on life support for 2 weeks before he died. Jeffrey Hubert, a family friend, was found guilty of the homicide by Vessel and other charges related to the incident and sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Do you think that's fair?
I honestly think that it should have been ruled an accident. Like, if you are out with your family and friends on a jet ski, I think that you should be in a certain area riding the jet ski, and people that are in the water should be in a certain area. Like, maybe he was just reckless and drove in the area that people were, and that's probably why they found him guilty.
I was thinking that, yeah, it was just a horrible accident.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it.
I do too.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next victim, on August 3rd, the body of 27-year-old man was found in Georgia's Lake Lanier. Days earlier, he had disappeared and drowned while swimming. The week before, another man drowned in the lake. And a few days before that, on July 27th, a 24-year-old jumped into the lake where he was electrocuted and later found dead. For folks who are familiar with Lake Lanier, a Georgia landmark, these tragic deaths aren't surprising. Over the years, hundreds of people have died there, making Lake Lanier one of the most deadliest lakes in all of the United States.
Wow, I didn't know they named it one of the deadliest lakes. That is absolutely scary, considering that a lot of people go there every year. They take their family there. That is crazy. Am I interested in going? Not really. Not really. Yeah,
I don't know if I want to go either.
I may drive by.
Mhm.
You know, they're supposed to be opening up this water park. I don't know when it's
God.
going to be opening, but oh my God, I just feel like people are going to be sliding to their deaths. Like I'm fearful, but hey, we'll see what happens. This is scary times. So let's just move on to the next victim. Unfortunately, a 23-year-old man was dead after falling into Lake Lanier Saturday night, according to the Department of Natural Resources. Warden responded to a drowning at the Holiday Marina on Lake Lanier around 10:30 p.m. They were told that the victim was running down a dock when he slipped and fell, and he did not surface. His body was found in 17 feet of water by Hall County Fire Rescue, was identified on Monday morning as 23-year-old Gavinier Alexander Whitfield of Snellville. Wow, that is crazy. Families say that he was very funny, always in a good mood, kind of the life of party, kind of the life of the party, trying to get to know, make light of every situation, who worked at the woodlot at Miles Wrecking Service in Lawrenceville. She said that he was ambitious and loved his job. He also loved boats, though. That was another passion. He was huge in the boat thing. He spent a lot of time on the water. Imagine spending all your life on the water. You love boats. You love to go out on the water, and that's how you die. That's crazy to me. Like, ugh, I couldn't imagine. I feel so bad for him and his family.
Yeah, and the description of him, it sounds like he was
He was
very
really
sweet person.
and a good person. Like, and you always wonder, golly, why do things happen to good people? You know?
Yeah.
You know.
Now let's jump into some theories. Now, the first theory, the curse of Lake Lanier. One of the most popular theories is that lake is cursed. The lake was created by flooding several communities, including Oscarville, a small town that was home to many African American families. Some believe the displacement of these people and most injustices they faced has led to a luring curse that haunts the lake. According to this theory, the spirits who those displaced or lost to the construction of the dam still haunt the waters, causing accidents, tragedies as a way to seek revenge. What do you feel about that?
Wow. So I'm very spiritual. So I do believe in spirits. I do believe that spirits walk the earth with us. So I can believe it. I can believe that they're saying, "Hey, you gonna jump in this water? This is our land. We're gonna take you down with us."
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe it. So
especially with the history.
Yeah.
It's not that far fetched.
Oh, okay, this is crazy. So now we're going to go into another theory. Similar to the curse theory, this one suggests that the spirits of the former inhabitants of the town, now buried beneath Lake Lanier, caused strange occurrences. The town were flooded, including churches, homes, and cemeteries, leaving behind potential disturbed or restless spirits. Some claim that people who visit the lake, especially those who swim or boat in certain parts, have encountered supernatural forces, often feeling a sense of unease or experiencing sudden accidents for no clear reason.
Many of the deaths were very, you just couldn't explain it.
Yeah, like him falling off, like running a dock, falling off, and then never coming up.
Never coming up.
So I wonder, did he hit his head and maybe went unconscious. That's why he didn't swim up.
Or based on this theory,
They pulled him
somebody pulled
down.
him down.
Oh, that's scary.
Another theory, the murky water theory, which is a bit more practical, is that Lake's murky water is a what do you say? Contributing factor to many of the accidents. The lake is known for having low visibility, especially in deeper areas, which can make it difficult for swimmers or boaters to see obstacles or other people in the water. This, combined with strong currents and the very depths of the lake, makes it a very dangerous environment, particularly for those unfamiliar with the area. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Like I have this thing about going in water I can't see the bottom. Like I have a fear that if I can't kind of see the bottom, I don't really want to go in the water. Like I need clear waters. I need to see what I'm going into. Like it gets kind of scary when you have all the seaweed and all that stuff and you're like, what is this? It looks like mud water. It's crazy.
And it says boaters can't see. So you can just be swimming and a boat can just run into you.
See, this is where I'm confused. Like, why is boats in the same area that people can swim? Like, shouldn't they have zoned off? This is a swim area. This is a non-boat area. No boats, no jet skis, no nothing should go in that area. But it seems like this lake doesn't have any set boundaries to where you can go. You could just pull your boat up, put the boat in the water, swim in the water, jet ski, drop it anywhere, which I feel like is very unsafe.
Yeah. I think being in that water is unsafe in general because the whole town is down there. The
so they say
is down there, the buildings is down there. I feel like it's really easy for you to get caught on or something.
That's true. But now we're going to talk about the movie that is on Amazon Prime called Surviving Lake Lanier, and particularly Steve's story when he talks about how he moved his family from upper New York, I believe. He came down to Lake Lanier, brought some property, wanted to rent out some Airbnbs, you know, just make a business out of moving down his savings. I guess he wanted to just make a business, which is a good business. And he ran into a lot of obstacles with local townspeople.
Yes.
He didn't have any problems renting to the white constituents. But when it came to people of color, they gave him a problem. They all tried to shut down his Airbnb. They told him he couldn't rent. They was just putting up different speculations on how he can rent it out, or you can't rent but for 30 days. Who goes on vacation for 30 days? Like, I can barely afford a weekend. Like, I can't rent out your home for 30 days. I just want to come for the weekend and get a little sun, go on the beach, go on the boat. But this is the type of rules and regulations they were putting in effect for him so he could successfully run his business. So Steve's theory on Lake Lanier is that he feels like they want to take that haunted theory and run with it.
Right.
So it can discourage people to not come to Lake Lanier.
Not live there, not start their own businesses there, vacation there, particularly people of color, which he made very clear.
Yes.
I feel like you should watch it on Amazon Prime. It really gives you a lot more insight and in depth on, I would say, the politics there.
Oh, definitely something to watch and look out for. And if you're interested in going to Lake Lanier, hey, I would say look into it and be safe. Always watch your family, your children, and just watch your surroundings when you go there. You know, I would never suggest anyone not to go somewhere, but I won't be visiting that location personally. So listen, thanks for tuning in to the Red Door Podcast. I hope if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment and a review. Also, don't forget, like we said, watch the show on Amazon Prime. It's not free, but if you are interested in seeing the show, please give it a watch and tell us about it. Come back here, drop a comment. Let us know if you went to Lake Lanier. What was your experiences at Lake Lanier? And also, did you watch the podcast? Until next time, stay courageous, stay safe, and remember that every place has a story waiting to be uncovered.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.